more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. We take divided us during colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, we are education and is reloaded. Mentally, we can check out the world. But no, mama, papa, can go see different things. Because anywhere you from, around the world. But no, come and see who we are. Because you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's over now you go. Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, Wotowoto, everybody sing you are welcome. Quality education.
Welcome, Genjika. Welcome, my sister Diana. Thank you so much for joining.
what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in He said,
thank you so much for joining, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everybody that have connected to this program today. I thank you so much for connecting, wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining from any part of the world, if you are joining from Biafra land, special thanks to you. If you are joining from any part of the world, I appreciate you. You are joining from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. Whichever part of the world you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. We have come back again as usual to continue to preach that message, the message that is there to our heart, that message that the whole world must hear. That is the message you have brought once again to you. That message that we can never be tired of, the message that we can never be shy to broadcast, the message you can never be shy to tell the story. That is why we are here, to tell the world what is going on in Biafra land. It is my responsibility to do that. It is also your responsibility to help and share. As you join this broadcast, please kindly share and like. Share the broadcast in any platform where you belong. Any platform you belong, share the broadcast. Share it so that the world will hear us. Share it so that other people will join us and know that, yes, we have gathered once again, as usual, where we encourage each other, where we inspire each other, where we come to set the record straight. That is what we do here. And as we have gathered, every one of us have to put their hand and support by sharing and liking. For those who have connected already, I appreciate every single one of you. Everyone that have connected to this very program, I appreciate you and I thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. First of all, I appreciate my beloved sister, Linda TV Show. She is here with us. I appreciate her so much for her support and being there for us all the time. I appreciate Nkemjika Obiecheli. I appreciate Nkemjika, wherever you are. I appreciate you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you and protect you. I appreciate my beloved sister Diana Ogumbiade. Thank you so much, Diana. You are always there supporting and pushing on. I appreciate you. Chides, I appreciate you also, Chides. Thank you so much for joining. Chides, Amoku, I thank you so much for joining, my beloved. Amoku, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody that have joined, those that mentioned their name, those that didn't mention their name, those who are watching on the background without commenting, you are all important. Everybody is important. As you join the broadcast, as you join the broadcast, you are important. You are very, very important. And you are doing a great job. Any place you are connecting from, any place you are joining from, I appreciate you. You are doing a great work and you are joining. Whatever you are doing in your own angle, whichever way you are supporting, you are actually doing a great work. And Chukwu Okike Abịama will continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. And also give you the strength to continue to move on until the last minute. Sorry for the distraction. I'm having some little issues, so I just got to put things in order. I'm sorry for that. So today we have come once again to continue to set the record straight, and we are going to discuss about some important issues as usual. Today we are going to touch on some very important issues. What is happening in Biafra land, the way the enemies are being ashamed, the way the enemies have been defeated, the Wotowoto Pro Max. As it is going on, the enemies are on the run. As the Wotowoto Pro Max is going on, enemies are ashamed and they're on the run. And they will never ever defeat us. We can never be distracted. We must never ever look behind as we are moving forward. It is forward ever and backward never. I appreciate every Biafran, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, who are standing their ground against all odds, against all the attack, against all intimidation, against all the blackmail on our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. They are still standing stronger and stronger, waxing stronger every day. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide and protect every one of you. Today we see what is happening. We see how the Zoological Republic have unleashed mayhem in Biafra land. We have seen how they have unleashed mayhem. But what I'm going to tell you, if you listen to what is going on and you watch what they are doing and how they're going about it, you will see that they are doing it out of shame, out of fear, out of cowardice. These are a group of criminals that cannot be able to face those who are facing them. They cannot be able to be bold to face the innocent people. Every time we defeat them in war, every time we defeat them in a confrontation, they will go and face the innocent ones. Every time we defeat these people, they will go and face the innocent people. Because we are dealing with a terrorist country, operating a terrorist military. It is only terrorists that we go after unarmed civilians, burn their houses, destroy their properties, and kill innocent people, unarmed civilians. Only terrorists does that. That is why each day we come on our platform and we say the Nigerian government is a terrorist government. We know what we are saying, and it is the truth and nothing but the truth. It is not a blackmail, neither is it a propaganda. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. The Zoological Republic is in the hand of the terrorists. As you are watching me, the Zoological Republic, it has been ongoing for a very long time, but everybody turned their blind eyes to it. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abịama for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one man who has opened his heart, opened his hand for Chukwu Okike Abịama to receive messages for us. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not only receive message and keep it for himself, he received that message and he delivered that message. He delivered that message for almost 13 years. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been pushing on and delivering message to us. He told us everything that we need to know. He didn't only give us the message, he didn't only make the revision, he prepared us for today that we're in. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prepared every one of us. He laid that foundation, a strong foundation laid on the rock. A foundation laid on the rock. And that is why we are still alive and standing today with boldness. That is why today we are counting days into Biafra. Because of the marvelous work Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not keep the information to himself. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not stingy about the information. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not personalizing the victory to himself. He gave out his own self. Gave out up every single thing he has to save you and I. That is why we are still talking today. And that is why we can boldly today talk about walking into Biafra. That was why I was a spokesperson, Master Simon, will tell you that the Biafra we are telling you we are walking into in few days' time. It is not just by prophecy. It is not just by proclamation. It is not just by hopes. It is something that has been coming for a very long time through a planned work a planned work on the ground. That is why we have gotten to where we are today, and we are marching into Biafra in victory. Our enemies know it very well that we are going into Biafra. Our enemies, even when some of us are pretending to, our enemy knows it very well that they can never stop the coming of Biafra in 2023. That is why when they are seeing the defeat before their eyes, they see the defeat. Once the ESN defeats them, they go after innocent people. Every time they face us and we defeat them, they go after innocent people. But I tell you, every single one of them that was involved in what happened in Izombe and other places, and what happened in Abia State, every one of them that was involved in that very crime will never ever go free. Every single one of them that was involved in that very criminality that happened in Izombe will not go scot-free. And all that Biafra land, all that part of Biafra land, every single one of them that was involved in taking the life of innocent people will surely go down. These are a bunch of criminals and cowards. Each time they have a confrontation with our ESN, they cannot face the ESN. They can't stand them. All they do is after the confrontation, after they have lost heavy casualty, then they will go and reinforce and go after innocent people, begin to destroy houses, begin to destroy market. What has the market got to do with confrontation with ESN? What has the market got to do? Is the market a camp? Is the market a camp? The homes you are born in, who are they? Are they members of the ESN? They are not. They are not. Who does that? The only people that have this footprint is the terrorists themselves. And that is why we are shouting on daily basis online, telling the world that Nigerian government is a terrorist government. A pronounced terrorist government. No sensible government must have any dealing with Nigeria. No sensible government must have any dealing with Nigeria. But because they are pursuing their own personal interests, they are pursuing their own selfish interests, because of their interests, because of the wealth in that zoo, and the wealth is in Biafra land. That is why they are helping the zoo to suppress the Biafran people and take away the wealth. As long as the zoo is willing to give out the wealth of Biafran people, the resources of Biafran people to this Western world free of charge, as long as they are willing to continue to give them that very thing, they don't care anymore. The Western world don't care. They don't care what is going on in Biafra land. You will never hear the report anywhere. The kind of war is going on in Biafra land as you're watching. War is going on in Biafra land. No media is reporting it. No media is reporting it. The only report you can get is the report you get on social media through Biafran people. The videos we capture, the ones we are able to capture on video to show. That is the only thing you can have. The conventional media in Nigeria will never report it. International media will never report it. They will never talk about it. Genocide is going on in Biafra land as we speak. Mazen Nande kind of formed an ESN to protect the Southeasterners, the Biafran people, from the hand of the terrorists. That was the aim of forming the ESN. It wasn't to fight the police or the army. It was to fight the terrorists. But because the Nigerian Zoological Republic, they are terrorists themselves. Because Nigerian military have been occupied by terrorists, they had a Mazen Nande kind of formed an outfit to fight terrorists. Now they come out openly, in uniform, to begin to go after that very organization. Any man or woman that stood against the ESN is a terrorist. Any force anywhere, any man anywhere that said his or her duty is to fight against the ESN, you are a terrorist. Because you are only fighting ESN because ESN came to fight the terrorists. Mazen Nande Kanu, the very day he launched it, the video is still there for you to go and watch. The video and the broadcast Mazen Nande Kanu made, the very day he launched ESN, is still there. He said their duty is in the bushes to fight against terrorists who have stopped our mothers and parents from going to the farm, who are raping our mothers and killing our brothers and sisters. That was why Mazen Nande Kanu formed ESN. And because Nigerian government is a terrorist government, Nigerian government is in the hand of terrorists, they couldn't start it, they couldn't hold it. What they did was that they mobilized themselves and they began to go after that organization formed by Mazen Nande Kanu. They began to fight against a legitimate outfit to fight terrorists. Today, as you're watching this video, the northern part of Nigeria is in the hand of the terrorists. Today, when I was hosting a program on Facebook, I was having a program on Facebook on my Facebook page today, somebody called in from Niger State. A brother called in from Niger State, and he was telling us the situation of Niger State. That Niger State, almost all the local government in Niger State is under the control of the terrorists. The terrorists is controlling almost all the local government in Niger State. The guy was even confessing that they can't even go business to where they do business. They can't go to business anymore. The places they are transacting, they cannot extend. And he was confessing that upon the fact that terrorists is in charge in the United States, you cannot see any military checkpoint anywhere. You will run for kilometers and you will not see any military checkpoint in Niger State. This is a state where terrorists are in charge. Terrorists are mounting roadblocks. Terrorists are taking tax from people. Terrorists are in charge. They are administering things in the villages. They are completely in charge. Their flags are up in Niger State, but yet you cannot see any military over there. You will run for kilometers, you will not see any military. You don't see any police. Somebody called from Niger State today and he was telling this thing on my program. He was saying it on my program. I'm going to post the program later on YouTube. Somebody called in and he was confessing what is happening in Niger State. But look at, in all those situations, as the terrorists have taken over the north, they do not care. They do not care because it is their plan to hand over the Zoological Republic to terrorists. They are focused on those of us who say we do not want to be part of the terrorists. We do not want to join them into Somalia. They are busy fighting against the Oduduwa people and the Biafran people. They are busy having checkpoints, having confrontation with the Biafran people and the Oduduwa people. But in the north, where the terrorists have taken over villages, mounted their flag, administering issues, collecting taxes from people, having a roadblock, they never go there to either bomb or challenge them. They never go there to confront them. And after seeing all this, somebody in the southern part of Nigeria, somebody from Biafra land and Oduduwa land will still open his or her mouth and begin to talk about election. You will still be busy talking about campaign and election. You are mad. You are mad. And that death you are seeking for, one Nigeria will definitely happen to you. As many as are pretending that nothing is going wrong, as many as are giving their brothers and sisters out, you are going to face the reality in your own lifetime. That very thing you are preparing for people, that thing you are preparing, that one Nigeria you're supporting is going to take your life because the time has come. The time has come. It doesn't matter how you pretend. I say it again and again. You are not part of one Nigeria, no matter how you prepare yourself, no matter how you pretend. You are not part of one Nigeria. There is no plan for you. As long as you are an indigenous person in that zoo. As long as you're indigenous, you are not part of the plan. Mainly the Biafran people. More especially the Biafran people. You are not part of any plan in one Nigeria. If you are deceiving yourself, about one Nigeria, you are wasting your guarantee and you will pay dearly. You are going to pay dearly. If you are still there pretending that you are talking about one Nigeria, you are talking about election, you are going to pay dearly. And I tell you, you might not be alive to tell the story. The game have changes. You heard the broadcast of our spokesperson, Master Simon Epa. He has made it clear. The order has been given. Wotowoto Pro Max has been activated to the highest level. And I tell you, any Biafra, wherever you are, any order that is given, you are part of that order. You must stop waiting for somebody to tell you to do something. I have been announcing it on this very platform that whatever Chukwuka is putting in your heart, start doing it. And when we talk about self-defense is for every human being in Biafra land. As long as you are in Biafra land, you must have to defend and protect yourself now, not tomorrow. You must start defending yourself. Any man or woman in Biafra, do not wait. Don't wait for anybody to tell you what to do. Don't wait for anybody. That thing that Chukwuka is doing, the order has been given. Economic sanction on the zoo. The zoo is going to be that bread they have, they're taking from Biafra land. It is going to be locked completely. It is because of our resources. That is why they are mulling us down. It is because of our resources they are destroying our life. It is because of our resources that the West do not want to talk about what is happening in Biafra land. It is because of our resources that the United States is keeping silent in the midst of the death that is happening in Biafra land today. They are not talking because of the wealth and their interest. It is because of their interest, a wealth that is in Biafra land, because of our resources in Biafra land. That is why every single one of them is silent. Because the Janjaweed are willing to give out our wealth to them without minding. That is why they are silent. That wealth, they will no longer take it from Biafra land. Every man or woman in Biafra land, you have a responsibility to implement this economic sanction. and it must be implemented. It must be implemented. People are hearing. When we tell you that the struggle now is being autopiloted by Chukwu Gabiam, as the word goes out from Master Simon Ekpa, people are going to pick it up. It will start happening. Now you begin to understand. You are going to start understanding when we talk about autopilot. Autopilot is not an organization where you go and register your name. Every single human being in the old Southeastern Europe that is genuinely in love with freedom of Biafra, everybody that is fighting for freedom in Biafra land is in autopilot today. They are all autopiloted today. That is why you see things happening without anybody giving order. You saw broadcast, you saw protest to hold it without anybody calling on them. You see, the same way you saw that protest come out, that is the same way you will see people responding to any action that the zoo took against Biafran people. The order has been given. It can never be business as usual. Including those who are coming to take the life of innocent Biafrans. They cannot proceed. They will not continue. And anytime they come, they will never go back alive. And I tell you, for everything that has happened today, they are what Mazen Nandekana have told us about. And it is part of the plan. It is part of the plan. That is why I love my brother Mazen Simon Ekpa so much, and I continue to love him. You cannot force him to go when it is not time. You cannot force him to speak when it is not time. No matter how the zoo try to push us prematurely into this very war, we cannot. We are going to fight the war in our own terms. They cannot dictate the terms for us. The Janjaweed cannot dictate the terms of this war for us. They have brought war upon us, and the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. United Nations is watching, and they are doing nothing. Genocide taking place in Biafra land. Are we going to fold our hands and watch them take our life? We will not. We are going to defend ourselves. And in self-defense, the best form of defense is attack. And I tell you, from now going forward, you're going to hear words. From now going forward, you will be hearing stories, you'll be hearing news. Things are going to start happening. Things will begin to happen. Some of you might not believe it, but I tell you, I say it again and again, we are not for propaganda. Time for propaganda have passed. Time for noise making have passed. They are going to begin to confess by themselves, just as they are already confessing. When you see them attacking Uzombe, attacking other villages, what they do is that after the ESN must have defeated them hands down, after the ESN must have given them a shocking defeat, they can't handle it. All they have to do is to come back. They will come back and begin to fight against the civilians. They will come back and begin to destroy the property of innocent people. But face the ESN who are in the war front, they cannot. They dare not. They dare not. They have all the arsenal. They have their military. They have all the weapons. They have purchased all their aircraft. But yet, they cannot stand children of Chukwu Gabiam. Because we are fighting a just cause. We are fighting a just cause. Because we are fighting a just cause. They can never, ever, ever stand the Biafran people. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter where they hang their life. It doesn't matter their strategy. It doesn't matter the weapon of warfare they have. We are going to defeat them hands down. Anytime, any day. And I tell you, we are working based on the timetable of Chukwu Gabiam. And because we have keyed it into the timetable of Chukwu Gabiam, everything is going to work good for our own good. Every single action they take is going to work for our own good. Every single action the zoo take will come for our own good. Remember the word of Mazen Nandekano. Remember the word of Mazen Nandekano while we were preparing the march. Mazen Nandekano said they are going to come. That part of the strategy is to drag them into the southeast, drag them into Biafra land, and when we drag them out, they will leave their flank open. These very terrorists they have been breeding, these very terrorists that have been feeding, these terrorists they have been fighting will take over their own land. Terrorists will take over their land completely. And after we have defeated them from Biafra land, they will have no place to run to. And when you see what is happening today, you can see that the zoo is already in the hand of the terrorists. The zoo itself is in the hand of the terrorists as you are watching the video. And they don't care. They don't give a damn about that. What they are concerned about is Biafra land. They are pushing troops every day, using the criminal politicians you have in Biafra land. Oju Zokalo and Hopu Zodema has become the instrument of destruction. And these two people are going to go down. Oju Zokalo Ojuzokalo boasted that he was going to destroy Abia State. He boasted that he was going to bomb Abia State, every bushes, and he is doing it. He boasted in the open, and he thought he can go free. Every single one of them will run away from Biafra land. They are going to leave Biafra land for us. Every single one of them, who oppose them, Ojuzokalo, and the rest politicians who are conniving together to take the life of Biafrans, every single one of them will pay dearly for what is happening today. It doesn't matter the angle they are. It doesn't matter how long. It doesn't matter how protected they think they are. If who oppose them and Ojuzokalo like, let them go and begin to live in the barrack. If they like, let them begin to live in the barrack. They must pay dearly. They are going to pay dearly for what is happening today. Because these are the people who have come directly, openly in the media to threaten and to say that they are going to destroy Biafra land and Biafran people. They say they are going to destroy Biafra land and Biafra people. They said it openly. And they are doing it today. They are doing it today. Ojuzokalo boasted that he was going to bomb his own state. And he's doing it today. Because his Fulani master told him to do so. His Fulani master told him to do so. And I tell you, every one of them, one Nigeria is going to happen to them one after the other. Every one of them, Chukwuokukabiyama is going to take their soul and hand over to their criminal partners in the north. And they will go down. Just watch and see. Just keep watching. Every single one of them have said that Biafra will never be free. They will go down one after the other. And the zoo themselves is going to take them down, not Biafrans. The Biafrans might not even play a role. Remember the message of Obadiah Melafia. Obadiah Melafia said that they're going to be taking the rich ones, all those popular people, all those idiots, all those who call themselves elites, that the Janjaweed will take them down one by one. And that page is about to open. That page is about to open, where all the elites in the south will be taken down. And they are going to start with all these idiots, all these clowns who are supporting their agenda, the evil agenda. They will be the first people to fall victim. Just watch and see. It is going to happen. Because Chukwuokabiyama made it so. Every single one of them will go down. Today, Ekperemadu is answering his own case. Ekperemadu, who has sworn that Biafra will never come. Ekperemadu, who has made sure that Biafran land will become impoverished. Who is concerned about it. In his own village, he's the only person that is educated. He's the only person that is educated in his own village. That is why he can go to Senate as many times as he likes. Senate has become his own retirement home. Today, one Nigeria is happening to him. That one Nigeria that have been encouraging his fraud and stealing. The same one Nigeria that have encouraged him to begin to steal the wealth of the people, to make sure that his own people are being impoverished. The same one Nigeria is happening to him today. He is serving his time in the United Kingdom. As he's serving his time in the United Kingdom, they are busy seizing his properties in the zoo. And none of those his colleagues is talking. All those criminals, his fellow criminals, they can't even open their mouth to say anything. His fellow criminals have been encouraging him in this evil. They are not making any point. They pretend as if they didn't see what is happening. Every single one of them pretend as if they don't know what is going on. And I tell you, they will all pay dearly. Every single one of them will pay. Mazen Nandekano made that prayer. Some of you do not know the effect of the word Mazen Nandekano said whenever he's making program. Every single word Mazen Nandekano said in Radio Biafra while he was there is a prayer. And when we say he said, it must definitely come to pass because Chukwuokabiyama will sign it. You don't know the strength in the words of Mazen Nandekano. When Mazen Nandekano tell you, in those days, not now, in those days, when the Radio Biafra was sanctified, Mazen Nandekano tell you that is where we worship. When the spirit of Chukwuokabiyama was there, remember, before Mazen Nandekano will open his mouth and say anything, he will pray. He will pray. After praying, he will tell you that he has no other God except Chukwuokabiyama being anywhere. He will tell you he has no other God except Chukwuokabiyama pray me henine. After that confirmation, he will go on declaration and he tell you that whatever I say is an epistle, and that is true. Every single thing Mazen Nandekano have said on his broadcast on Radio Biafra has come to pass. And whenever he utter a word and Biafran people say, he say, it must definitely come down because Chukwuokabiyama will take it good. That is why I tell you, every human being on the planet Earth that served the zoo against the Biafran people, any Biafran that went ahead to serve the zoo, you will return back either dead or in shame. If you're not dead, you will return back in shame. And every one of them is going to receive their cup. They will receive their cup. You see the kind of criminality that is happening. They first of all make them criminal. That is what they do. They will first of all make every single politician you see in the southern part of Nigeria, mainly Biafra land, they are criminals. Every single one of them. These people are all fraudsters, and that is why they can never pursue the agenda of their people, because if they make any attempt to pursue the agenda of the people, they will come after them. They know. They are all criminals. Who have, if they tell you that a mother will be facing such kind of a charges in his back, up to season of 40 properties seized, would you believe it? Will you believe that if a mother have up to 40 properties could have seized? You won't believe it. But Chukwu Okakabem is exposing all their criminality. The criminal called Ojus Okalo, they have dealt with Ojus Okalo, sent him to prison, and he writes an agreement to come and fight against his people. The only reason why they released Ojus Okalo was to come and fight against Biafran people. He signed an agreement to continue to destroy his people, to continue to make sure that Abia State remained in the hand of the Caliphate. After signing that agreement, they left Ojus Okalo from prison. Every single one of them, they are criminals. And because they are criminals, they can never, ever, ever pursue the agenda of Biafra, because Biafra doesn't have anything to do with criminality. If you are a criminal and you're dubious, Biafra doesn't want you. And you dare not, you can't, there's nowhere to start. That is why I tell you, stop waiting for any politician to make any move for you. Stop waiting for any politician to support you. They will never, ever support you. No politician will support the struggle. These are all criminals. And Biafra cannot be fought for by criminals. If a criminal fights for Biafra, what do you think will happen when we get Biafra? If a criminal gets involved in looking for Biafra, what do you think will happen? That is why the spirit of Biafra is white and whiter than white. If you are a criminal, you will fall at the roadside. It doesn't matter how you try to commodify yourself. It doesn't matter how you try to cover yourself. It doesn't matter where you try to wear your white skin and make us look white. Let me tell you, if you're a criminal, Biafra will vomit you out. Because what we want to build is a sane nation. If you have criminal mind, even if you are in the present autopilot, if you are part of the autopilot today, if you claim to be autopiloted today and you are a criminal, Biafra will vomit you out. It's just a question of time. Please, as you're watching, please like the video. Your liking is very important. The liking is going to make people to join us. The liking is going to trigger YouTube to begin to invite people. It is very important to like the video as you're watching. It's going to help a lot for people to join us and get the information. As I always say, every single information at this point in time is very important. Don't keep any information to yourself. Once you join the program, you click like. When you click like, that your like is going to trigger something that's going to be inviting other people. It will make YouTube to begin to invite other people to the program. I appreciate you. Please, thank you so much for doing that. Continue to do that. Like and share as you join. So as I was saying, do not ever expect any governor to support this struggle. Not only the governor, the elites. Every single elite, those who call themselves elite, the Honest Dibu and Co., these are criminals from A to Z. Every one of them have got their wealth in fraudulent way. Some of them have killed. Some of them have committed various crimes in different places. And the zoo have their record. The zoo have the record of all these criminals. That is why they cannot be able to hide anywhere. They can't hide. No matter how they try to hide, they can't hide. And they cannot pick that courage to come and fight along with you. We are not fighting for something that is extraordinary. We are fighting for self-determination, which is a right supported by international law, supported by African Chartered law, supported by Nigerian law itself. Why won't somebody who said that he's representing you fight for that self-determination? The only reason why somebody that is representing you will not fight for self-determination is because that person is fraudulent. It is because that person is a criminal. His or her criminality will not allow her to speak to the authority. We have seen videos. Our brothers in Ambazonia, you saw Ambazonia senator in their senate challenging their senior president. You saw the Ambazonia senator standing his ground that they must give him an answer. They told him to sit down. He said he will never sit down. That is what a senator do. That is what somebody who is called a representative do. You go and represent your people. Speak their mind. Speak the mind of your people. Today, even a deaf and dumb person, a blind person, know that the mind of the Biafran people is what? Self-determination. The same thing with the Southwest. The mind of the Oduduwa people today is what? Self-determination. And if you think the Oduduwa people are not into it, Oduduwa people are very much keyed into it. In as much as we have different ways of fighting for the freedom. You saw when Sunday Igboho was on the ground. When Sunday Igboho was on the ground, every state that Sunday Igboho enters, the whole people come out. Go and check. The videos are still there. The videos are still there. Every state that Sunday Igboho visited, all the Oduduwa people come out in mass. The whole Oduduwa people came out in mass. And their own is even better. Have you ever had an Oduduwa governor boasting that he's going to bring a jet to bomb his own people? Have you ever had that? Have you seen any Oduduwa, any Oduduwa governor, any governor of Oduduwa land sending the military to bomb their people? Have you ever seen that? We don't see that. At least they still have shame. They still have that guts in them. They still have human feeling for their own brother. They still feel that brotherliness among them. But for us, we are dealing with some people who are half Janjaweed and half Biafrans. All these half Janjaweed and half Biafran, people who their heart have been sealed with iron. Very envious people, people who are so devilish in their heart that they don't care about what happens tomorrow. They can sell even their own child for their position. They sell their own child for their position. They don't care. These are the kind of people we have. And this very caliphate that is in control in Nigeria, the caliphate know very well. They know these people, one after the other. They know them. That is why before you can become relevant in Nigerian politics, you must be a criminal. If you are from the southeastern part of Nigeria, before you will be recognized in politics, you must be a hardcore criminal. If you are not a criminal and a fraudster, you cannot be recognized in anything politics. In Biafra land, your politicking will not be strong. Unless you are a criminal, they will now help you, bring you up, knowing fully well that they have where to hold you. They have to hold your ball to control you. And that is what happened. That is why they brought a condemned criminal like Hope Uzodimma. Hope Uzodimma, who is... Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I can hear you. Speak on. I can hear you.
Yeah, this is my calling from Abuja.
You're calling from Abuja?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I want to commend their good work. And God, and God there continue to bless you and guide you in Jesus' name.
You say, thank you so much. You say?
I've been listening to your program. I wanted to give you updates based on what is happening here in Abuja.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yesterday night, we didn't sleep. Yesterday night, I've been listening to your program and I've been giving a way to get your contact. So I just saw it on WhatsApp now, so I saw it on your program, so I now copied it and decided to call you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
To give you a report
Yeah.
concerning what is happening here. In Abuja here, there is a place called Buare in Abuja, Buare Area Council. I live around there. Since yesterday night to this morning, we didn't sleep. Military were shooting gun everywhere. They say they got information that those bandits that they came in through Jere. There is a new road connected from Buari to Jere Junction, so they tidied the road. So according to the information, they say those boys enter through back to Buari because Buari is the last village before you get to Kaduna. Before you get to that Jere, and that Jere is the other Kaduna, one of the local governments in Kaduna State. So during the night we didn't sleep. And before now, the same thing has been happening. Nobody needs to sleep anymore because of the alert. Everybody is on alert now. So I said, let me bring that information because then there's still another thing that happened to me last week when I fell into the hand of those SACs. They are still operating in Abuja here. So I was driving. I'm a boat driver.
Okay.
I was driving. They stopped me. They parked me. So when they parked me, they asked me to bring my vehicle paper. I showed them my vehicle paper. The next thing, one behind say that it's not after our paper. It's not after my paper that I should open my boot. I open my boot. So I carry somebody. The person I carry the person from There's one school called one private school, Best University. The owner of this a vice presidential candidate of Labour Party owns the school. So they asked the young boy to come down. The young boy came down. They searched the guy and they find a weed. It's a SK. They find SK inside his gate. The next thing they say, me and the guy they will invite us. They have to invite us to the office. I said, but me, I'm only working. So before event, they carry the guy, carry me. Wow. So on our way going, one of them asked me, where are you from? Where am I from? I say, I'm from Anambra State. He said, now the key our security agencies. Are you not IPOB? I kept quiet. He said, are you not IPOB? I said, okay. IPOB is dead late. I'm in Abuja. I've been in Abuja for years. He said it doesn't matter that IPOB is everywhere. Even in outside country, they're everywhere. I said, so, Sami, I don't know about that, but I know I'm a Biafra, but I didn't belong to any IPOB. So he said, where's their phone? I gave him my phone. That's how they seize my phone. Later, when we get to the office, they gave me paper. I read my statement. After everything, they invited me to the other room. The other asked me, where are you from? I told him, from Anambra. He mentioned the same thing. He said, you people, it's you people that want to scatter this country, that will deal with me today. I'm just saying this thing as a testimony because God really saved me from their hand. After negotiation, I have to negotiate with them. Because when I called my lawyer and told the lawyer what was happening, the lawyer said, if I can find my way to negotiate, I should just get out from there because those people, they are mad people. The way they operate, they don't. So when the lawyer told everything, I told the lawyer that after they invited me to the other room for interview and they asked me what happened, I told them everything. That I was walking, they searched my car, they didn't see anything. They now saw weed from my passenger. Yeah. So the man asked me the same question, where are you from? I said from Anambra. He said, you people are the one killing our security agencies. I said, sir, I never came before. I don't came before. Before you know it, I spent 2 days there. Then my lawyer had to come because they seized my phone. I cannot make call. All my people are calling. My wife are calling. Everybody is calling to know what is happening because immediately they say we'll go to the office. I have to use my phone. I begin to type a message to my loved one to tell them see where I am. So they said my lawyer came. So my lawyer was telling them that it's unfair that they are not supposed to be doing this.
Oh, it just cut off. Oh, so sorry, it has cut off. The Zoo network. It just cut off. Let's wait and see if he will call back again. You see what we are saying. This is just in line with what we are saying. The situation we have found ourselves. This is why we must get out of the zoo. This is one of the reasons why we must get out of the zoo, no matter what happens. You see what our brother is trying to explain. Look at in the first instance, he talked about what is happening in Abuja. That Abuja is under siege. As you are watching now, Abuja is under siege. And yet, these very people, they don't care about the terrorist takeover of Abuja. They don't care. All where their eyes is focused is on the Biafran people who are asking for their freedom. That is where they're focused. And look at the innocent man. Look at an innocent brother. Arrested an innocent person. And you don't allow him to talk. Wherever they see you, as long as you are from Biafra land, you have become an endangered species in Nigeria. As long as you are a Biafran, you are now an endangered species in Nigeria. That is why we must get out of the zoo. We must get out of the zoo, no matter what, no matter the circumstances. We must get out of the zoo. An innocent person. The only thing they have against him now is because he's a Biafran. And that is what is facing so many Biafrans everywhere. That is why you must participate and support this very strong that we get out of this zoo. It doesn't matter if you're in Biafran land, if you're in Abuja, if you're in Lagos. They are treating us in the same vein. This is an arrangement. Every of their forces, the instruments of operation is in their hand. The instruments of operation that the zoo gave them, that the British gave them, is in their hand. And they are using to operate Biafrans everywhere they see Biafrans. All over the world. Any place they find a Biafran man in that zoo, they are oppressing you. As soon as they identify your name as a Biafran, that has become an SB. You have become an SB. They don't want to ask you. And let me tell you, it doesn't stop there. This very thing my brother is talking now is the same fate that our brothers and sisters in abroad are facing. Our brothers and sisters abroad. As long as you have a problem and you call your embassy, if you call your embassy and you have a southern name, more especially an Igbo name, they see an Igbo name, a Biafran name in your name, you are gone. This abroad, with all your papers, with everything complete, if you have a problem that you are accused falsely, once they contact your embassy and the embassy see that the name they brought to them is an English name, mainly name from Biafra land, they will never attend to that matter. They will just assume that they will confirm that you committed that offense, whether you committed it or not. They will even sponsor your deportation. This is what the zoo is doing everywhere. This operation is not only there, it's only here. Please, if you're watching me, you can call back. You can call back. If you're watching, you can still call back. You can still call back and finish that story so that people will get aware of what is going on. You see, sometimes it's very good. That is why we put the line that people will call and talk about their experience in the zoo. Talk about their experience, because there are so many things that are happening that are not being told. So many things are happening that are not being talked about. So many things are happening that people are keeping silent, pretending it's not happening. Sometimes when we say it, they say, "Are you on the ground?" They'll be asking you, "Are you on the ground?" I was just telling you about somebody who called from Niger State today in my program when I was hosting a program on my page on Facebook. Somebody called from the zoo from Niger State and told us how terrorists have taken over Niger State, that they can't even come out, and you cannot see any police or military anywhere over there. But in Biafra land, they are busy destroying the life of innocent people. In Biafra land, a peaceful place, they are busy destroying lives. Now you have seen our brother calling that Abuja is hot as you are watching, that they can't sleep, they don't have rest again in Abuja. They are restless. As if that is not enough. As if that is not enough. They are now targeting all the Biafran people. If you are a Biafran and you fall victim to these people, his own lawyer was even advising him. His own lawyer was advising him to settle with them, that these people are me. How can you imagine that? A lawyer, he called his lawyer. He was accused for something that doesn't concern him. They searched his car. They saw something that is an S-beat in a passenger's place. Instead of taking the passenger and let the driver go, they now hold him. And the main reason why they hold him, when they ask him where he say from Anambra State, he say, "Oh, you are the people killing our people." And that's the end of it. Simply for the fact that he's an Anambra person now, if he doesn't settle them, he might lose his life. Simply because he is a Biafran, he might disappear just for being a Biafran, not because he committed any offense. And this is the fate that is facing every single one of us, both home and abroad. Don't think it's only Nigeria. Don't think it's only the zoo. Even abroad, we are facing the same fate. If you are abroad and you have a case, and they happen to call your embassy, and you tell them that, "Look at your name." The embassy saw in the name there is no Mohammed in it. There is no Abdullah in that name. The name is a southern name, and you become so unlucky you have an Igbo name or a Biafran name. The any name that has to be Biafran, you are a goner. They will not attend to you. They will not attend to you. This is to show you that we don't belong there. We do not belong in Nigeria. I don't know how to explain. I don't know why people don't get it. We don't belong in Nigeria. No, Nigeria is meant for the Fulanis and the British. I think the brother is calling back. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, my brother. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, my phone cut. Yeah, my network was so bad then.
Okay, you're welcome. Are you there? Are you there? Oh, I think his network is giving problem. His network is really disturbing. Let's see if he can be able to reconnect. His network is really bad. You can call back again. If you can, just call back again. You can call back again. So The situation is a serious situation, and that is why every hand must be on deck for us to get. Oh, we are having a network problem. I don't know. Even the attack is now affecting me on YouTube here. I think they are attacking my network also, and I think his network also is having a problem. His network is having a problem. Please try and call back. Try again. Just keep trying and see if you can deliver the message, because it's very important. Biafrans are watching. Many Biafrans are watching, and they want to hear what is going on Biafra, in Biafra land. A lot of Biafrans are watching. So please deliver your message. It is very important that we hear from people in Biafra land. Any call that is coming from Biafra land, I give it full attention so that the world will see and hear. Because nobody is going to report our situation. Nobody will report what is happening in Biafra. It is only you and I that will report it. If we don't report our case, nobody will report it. Look at the destruction of life that is happening in Biafra land. The way they are taking the life of innocent people. Nobody is reporting it. No media is talking about it. They turn a blind eye to it. Look at the way our Biafran brothers are losing their life on a daily basis. Genocide is going on in Biafra. Even as you're watching this video, genocide is going on. Nobody cares. Nobody pays attention. Nobody wants to know what is going on. Nobody cares. It is only when we report it. Any place you are, mainly in Biafra land, if you see something, you say something. There are so many programs you can call in. In any of our programs, call in and tell us the situation on ground. Whatever happens to you, it will be a lesson to the world, and the world will be hearing this. You know, some of us, when we are talking from abroad, they wouldn't believe what you are saying. When we are talking from abroad, they will tell you, you abroad, how do you know what's happening? But when people are calling from the direct source, from where things are happening, it will become very clear for them. It will become much more clearer. You see what our brother is saying? An innocent person. The only crime he has committed is because he's from Biafra land. And now, his own lawyer advised him to settle with the military. Settle with them before that these people are mad people. The lawyer confirmed to them that these people can be insane. Settle with them before something else happens. And if you don't settle with them, and when you hear settling, it is giving money. And it's not a small amount of money. It's not a small amount of money. After giving that money, if you don't give that money, it is a different ball game. You might lose your life in the cause. If you don't give that money, you might lose your life in the cause of dragging with them. The person might disappear. As long as you're a person from Biafra land, the person might disappear. And this is a situation that have continued to go on. And we cannot tolerate this. This is the reason why we are fighting on daily basis. This is why we are fighting on various fronts. This is why we are on daily basis speaking about the condition that things must be changed. This is why Master Simon Ekpa is taking the step he's taking today. This is why Master Simon Ekpa is not looking back. He doesn't care whatever you call us. We don't care. If you like, brand us terrorists, any name you want, call us. There's never a time we are expecting beautiful name from our enemies. We are never expecting them to give us a good name. Even while we are never fighting anybody. Even while we are not armed. While we are not armed. While we are protesting only with the flag. They came together. With our own politicians, they came together and they branded us terrorists. They came together and they branded us terrorists. Since then, up till now, life has not been the same. Life has not been the same. It has become an open check for the military to come to Biafra land and take innocent lives. Since the governors in the southeast came together and branded everybody in the southeast, every Biafran person, a terrorist. Because when you talk about IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, including themselves, this is how evil these people are. They branded everybody, including themselves. That is why they have given the caliphate open check to arrest anybody they want to arrest, kill anybody they want to kill, destroy anybody they want to destroy. And you see, Ekweremadu, one of the people who signed up for that very thing, today, he is facing his own problem. Today, he's facing it. And every one of them, including Oju Zokalo, they just gave me a tip of ice bags. And he come back today. Oju Zokalo is going to pay dearly with his own life, including, what do they call him? Hope Uzodinma. Every single one of them. The zoo themselves is going to take them out. That same people that sent them after Biafrans, we take them out. The same people that sent them after us, they will take them down. It's just a question of time. Just a question of time. Just watch and see. It is going to happen. We are going into Biafra. In a few days' time, no amount of blackmail will stop us from getting to Biafra. No amount of fear they want to infuse in us can stop it. If they like, let them go and bring B-52 and begin to spread Biafra land. We cannot stop. Biafra is a mandate that Chukwu Okike have pronounced, and no man born of a woman can stop that mandate. No man born of a woman can stop that mandate. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you keep your life. It doesn't matter how strong you think you are. It doesn't matter what you think you are on your own side. You cannot, you can never, ever, ever stop it. You can't. No matter how you try, you can never stop it. We will continue to march until we get into Biafra land. In few days' time, I encourage every Biafran, mainly Biafran people who are in Biafra land. If you are a Biafran in Biafra land, you must sit up and pay attention to the time. Open your ears. This is not a time to close your ears. This is not a time to listen to gossip. This is not a time to marry. It is not a time for party. It is a time of war. I want you to remember, as long as you're in Biafra land, there is time for everything. Your Bible said it. Those of you who are Christians, Bible made it clear. There is time for everything. A time to sleep, a time to be awake, a time for merriment, a time to walk, a time for party, a time to suffer, a time for peace, a time of war. Today is the time of war. It is not a time of party. A time to be awake 24 hours. It is not a time to sleep. That is where we are today. It is a time to stay awake. If possible, stay awake 24 hours of the day. You don't blink your eyes an inch. Because any single step you make wrongly, the enemy will capitalize on it and you are gone. We are in a very sensitive time. Everybody, mainly our brothers in Biafra land, I appreciate Chukwu Okike that our brothers in Biafra land are still trying their best to key in and watch the program that we are offering. It is not easy. It is not easy. A lot of attack. It is in Biafra land today. You see every of their policy is targeted at the Biafran people. Every single policy you see in that zoo is targeted at the Biafran people and the Oduduwa people. When you hear about the economic, any economic attack is on Biafran people and the Oduduwa people. What economic contribution does the Fulanis have? What economic impact will your policy have on the Fulanis? All they are busy is chasing their open grazing. All they are busy is chasing their cattle. Even up to today, the Mieti Allah is still pursuing open grazing and they are still bent on going on open grazing. A destructive policy to destroy Biafra and destroy the Oduduwa land. That is what they are doing. Every single policy they bring is targeted at Biafran people and Oduduwa people. That is why we must end this madness. We will end it in 2023. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. It doesn't matter. No matter what they bring on board, we are going to end it. And end it is now. We will end it. We are going to end it. And it is because of what we do. That is why we will end it. You must begin to pay your attention. Pay attention to what is going on. Whatever area you belong, any place you belong, as long as you are indigenous in Nigeria, ask your people what are they doing. If you are Oduduwa people, go and find out what the Oduduwa nation is doing to protect their land. Go and find out and key in and support them. If you are a Biafran, you don't need to be told. Begin to support the ESN the best way you can. Volunteer for. There are people who are willing to defend your land. For that, Biafrans are blessed with that. There are people that are willing to sacrifice their life for you and I to be alive. For you and I to have a home to return to. All they need from you is a support. They cannot fight with their bare hands. They can't fight with bare hands. They need the tools to go on to the fight. That tools, it is you and I that will provide that tools. We are the ones that will provide that tools. What are you doing to provide the tools? What are you doing? If you have not started contributing, start now. Start now. Start from now as you're hearing my voice. Start now. That thing that Chukwu Okike is whispering into your ear. Let me tell you, it is not only finance. It is not only finance. When we talk about autopilot, the pronunciation of autopilot, the prophecy of autopilot that Mazen Nandekane gave, that final more EPA confirmed. The prophecy of autopilot is individuals on their own fighting to bring Biafra. And they will bring it. That is autopilot. Individuals on their own fighting to get their freedom, to make Biafra a reality. That is what autopilot is. So as you're watching me, anything Chukwu Okike Abiyama is whispering into your ear, every single one of us that is watching, and those that will watch later, there is something that Chukwu Okike Abiyama is putting in your heart, telling you, go and do this, go and start doing it. Stop waiting for anybody to tell you. The order has been given by our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, that it can never be business as usual. The order has been given by our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, that every INEC office in Nigeria in the Biafra land must go down. Every INEC office in Biafra land, the same way they destroy our house, the same way they destroy our business, the same way they burn our house, they all should go down. Our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, have given that order. Don't wait for somebody to come and tell you. Don't wait for it is the responsibility of everyone. Each and every one of us has what we can do. There are people who have that God. There are people who are being chosen for this mission. Wherever your own assignment is, go and start doing it. If your blessing is on media, come to the media, come and join us and begin to speak. If you are blessed, don't mind whether you can speak Igbo, you can speak any language, you can speak broken, it doesn't matter. The most important is communication. As you are communicating, even the white people can understand broken. The white people, they look for translator, and the same way we understand English and look for translator, the same way they translate and they hear. Begin to broadcast and preach. If you are in Biafra land and you are part of those who is harmonizing people and encouraging people to start, continue to encourage your fellow brothers and sisters and join them on the seat at home, make them to know what is happening. Share the videos. If your own blessing is on sharing, share the video and let it go viral. Every single opportunity you have, make your own impact and let your impact be felt. That is what autopilot is. Autopilot is not an organization where you go and register. It is not like in those days when you begin to tell you, they say, are you a registered member of IPOB? You said you're a registered member of IPOB. The next day they ask you, are you do you swear an oath? We are not in that era anymore. We are not in that era. When you begin to confront people and challenge somebody you see that is a legitimate Biafran, a full-blooded Biafran, you see him and you begin to ask him, are you a member of IPOB? Are you not mad? Are you not a madman? For you to see a legitimate Biafran, somebody from the old Southeastern region, a present South and the South is with Lower Benue. You see somebody from that area and you're asking him, are you a member of IPOB? You must be insane. When you tell them you're a member of IPOB, the next thing they ask you, do you swear an oath? Oath. The same people that swore an oath, they were the people betrayed. They are the people that have sold Mazin and they are the highest betrayer you have. That is why today, Chukwu Okike Abiyama by himself having taken charge. He is now in charge of the movement. It is left for you and your soul. It is left for you and your conscience. If you want to sell the struggle, it is left for you and your conscience. You are facing Chukwu Okike Abiyama direct. And for every evil you do against Biafra, you will pay for it in this time, not tomorrow. They say the evil that men live after them. Today, it lives with them. Every evil you do in Biafra will live with you. It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you are in the new era of autopiloted movement and you are evil, you will be fished out. It's a question of time. It is a question of time. Biafra will vomit you. The Biafran spirit will vomit you. You are going to receive your evil in this time, not in the time to come. We cannot keep silent. We cannot keep silent. The order has been given. Every INEC office in Biafra land must go down. And every one of them who came for that operation, I tell you, even as you're watching, they are going down. Every single one of them that have come for that operation to take life in Biafra land, these are a bunch of cowards. They can't even stand our men face to face. They can't even stand. Each time they are defeated, they go to the street and begin to kill innocent people. Each time they are defeated, they go to the street and begin to burn houses. If they have that courage, why don't you face? Mazen Nani can have been telling them, if you want to see ESN, go and meet them in the bushes. Go and meet them in the bush, not in the street. Do ESN have a camp in the market? Do they have a camp in the market? Do they have a camp in residential area? If you're man enough, you are well equipped, you have all the arsenal, all the equipment and all materials, go and face them. Why do you have to come to the street and begin to destroy innocent lives? Why? Why, for God's sake? But it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. You cannot make us to change our direction. It doesn't matter what you do. You can never, ever stop the coming of Biafra in 2023. That date you are hearing from Master Simon Ekpa, he is not the one mentioning it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama has stamped it for a very long time. Gave that date to Master Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been working towards it. Mazi Simon Ekpa keyed in, and a lot of work has been done on the ground before you see him begin to pronounce that date, and he's making the countdown. The countdown is the sound from Chukwu Okike Abiama. All you have to do as a Biafran is to key in and begin to do something. Begin to find something to do. Begin to defend yourself and protect yourself. Begin to find something to do. Every information is important. Prepare yourself. If you're in Biafra land, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Be security conscious. You saw the testimony that our brother gave who called from Abuja. You saw the testimony from our brother who called. Just first have it in your mind that you are an endangered species in that zoo. If you are a Biafran bearing a Biafran name, know it firsthand that you are an endangered species. You must be careful where you go, what you do, what you say, and all time. And prepare to defend yourself. Any place you are. The best form of defense is attack. And Mazi Simon Ekpa have said it, our spokesperson, that we will not only sit back and begin to defense, we are going to go after them. Every single one of them who is coming to Biafra land to take life, they will never return alive. They will never, ever return alive. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that prayer, and every one of us said amen to that. That prayer is still invoked. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still on his knees as you are watching the video. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still on his knees praying for you. When he was outside, it was 7 times every day. Today, he is praying every single minute of the day. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is praying for you and I. That is why everything he has said must definitely come to pass. As they are coming to Biafra land to take our land, they are going to leave their flanks open, and the terrorists will take over their land. And they will never get it back again. Every single one of them that has stepped into Biafra land to take life will never have a home to return to. And we say, he said to that. So shall it be. Remember the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Keep it in your heart. They will kill us. We will kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. You can't stop it. We can't stop. Every single information you are seeing we are passing today is to make sure we reduce the collateral damage. To reduce the collateral damage. And if you pay attention to instruction, pay attention to what is going on, you are going to be saved. You are going to be saved. If you don't pay attention, it's going to be disastrous. You never can tell. But as for people, some people are going to die, some people are going to live. Whoever survives, we continue. The most important thing in the fighting of freedom, people make sacrifice. A good example is our spiritual leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader and spiritual leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has sacrificed everything sacrificable, including himself. He has sacrificed everything sacrificable, including himself, so that he will not say he's sparing himself. Today, you and I have to do our part. Any role you know you will play to make Biafra come, start doing it today, not tomorrow. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. Any place you're watching from, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to control you, prosper you, give you information. Any place you are, pay attention to information. Every information is important. Go and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa on his Twitter handle. He is passing information every hour, every minute. Follow him on his daily broadcast. Follow all the auto-piloted platform. Follow them, listen to them, and share the videos. Share it. If you have not subscribed to this platform, please subscribe. Subscribe so that when we come online, you will get first-hand information and you will join us to spread the news. Every one of us is the media. As you are on the background watching, you are part of the media and you are passing information. As you are on the background watching, you are part of the media. Do not allow anybody to deceive you or distract you. We must be focused. Going into our freedom. No man born of a woman can stop our freedom. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to secure us. Thank you so much for joining me on this program. I am going to connect to Linda TV show after this program. We are having a program with Linda TV show by 7 p.m. Biafran time to be precise. So you will continue this discussion on Linda TV show. I'm going to be there, and some other activist is going to be there to discuss, have some crucial discussion. So if you have time, please kindly join us on Linda TV show. I'm going to be there, and some other people are going to be there on Linda TV show to continue this very discussion. We have some other things to deal with. So please try to connect to Linda TV show by 7 p.m. Biafran time so that we can be able to continue on that very direction. I appreciate everybody who have joined me on this broadcast from the beginning to the end. If you are connecting from any part and you are a Biafran, Chukwu Okike Abiama will keep you. You are definitely going to see Biafra. No enemy will touch your life. If you are in Biafra land, Chukwu Okike Abiama will keep you safe. No evil, no bullet of the enemy will touch you. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will secure every Biafra wherever they are in the planet Earth, more especially those in Biafra land at this difficult time. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. All our Oduduwa brothers all over the world, our Oduduwa brothers, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them and secure them. Give them that strength. Continue to protect them until every one of us march into freedom. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Secure Sunday Igboho. Give him more strength and wisdom to continue to march on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Professor Akintoye, who is leading on that path. That Chukwu Okike Abiama will give him more wisdom and knowledge to continue to move on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect and guide our men on the ground. The volunteer force, people that have volunteered their life for us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Umuada. Secure Umuada, guide them, protect them, and let the Spirit of God continue to be with Umuada and their families. Madam Azuka, Honorable Azuka, who is directing the affairs of Umuada, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect her family. Secure her. Secure all the Umuada and their families and their husbands. May Chukwu Okike Abiama be their protector and their guide. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect all the media warriors. All the media warriors that are autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiama. It doesn't matter. Don't wait for recognition. Do not wait. If you are blessed in the media, come out and begin to speak. Use your platform to speak out. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect everyone that have had that courage to come out and speak out boldly for the actualization of Biafra that is coming very, very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our spokesperson, Master Simon Eba, wherever he is. We cover him with the presence of Chukwu Okike Abiama. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to increase his mental softness. Give him more wisdom that he will continue to lead us until we actualize Biafra. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will join us and raise that flag. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to carry Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in his palms. Carry him in his palms and cover him with his presence. No weapon of the enemy will come to him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. I say no weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you joined for. I appreciate you all. Please try and join us on Linda TV show. We'll be having a program there by 7 p.m. Join us there so that we can continue to speak to our fellow Biafra and encourage each other. In that platform, on Linda TV show, you can come out. You can follow the link and come out and make a contribution. Every contribution you will have to make, whatever you want to say on Linda TV show, you have the opportunity to come in there and discuss and present your own matters. That is the platform where we discuss freely. You can say your own, you can come in, you click the link and you come in and make a contribution on Leader TV show. It's going to take place by 7 p.m. Be there. It's going to be a hot discussion. Please be there and make a contribution. We have to encourage each other at this difficult time. Honorable it has been activated fully, and we must not run away from our brothers and sisters. When you hear the cry of your brother, you have to run to his aid. When you hear the cry of your sister, run to his aid. When you hear the cry of your neighbor, run to their aid. This is the time we have to stand with each other. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remember, see you then. Bye-bye.